G'day everyone, Jerry here from Succulent Flytraps, your Carnivorous Plants nursery. Well, as promised, I'm going to be doing a nursery update. This is going to be my first nursery update since we moved into our new premise here at Oran Park around about 2 months ago. Now, in my last video, I mentioned that I was thinking about getting someone to build an elevated wooden platform for my carnivorous plants. That was to ensure that my carnivorous plants got enough light. I got Ravi, the handyman, to build that wooden platform, and not only that, I got him to build that wooden platform out of the decking material here, which we had to cut out for the pool that we're going to be installing. So I can't wait to show you what that wooden platform looks like. I also, of course, can't wait to show you how the plants are looking. They really have been enjoying all this rain that we've been getting with our La Nina. Of course, carnivorous plants in particular are very sensitive to tap water because it's got too many dissolved salts. So with all this rainwater they've been getting, the plants are looking beautiful and fresh. Also, with this warmer weather that we've been getting a few sunny periods as well. I have been noticing more and more insects about, especially hoverflies. And it's always nice to be able to see those insects interacting with my carnivorous plants there, and even seeing some of them get trapped by the plants. So it's always a bonus to see that. So let's go and have a look at my carnivorous plants nursery. Okay, so we're going to start off here on the decking. Of course, over here we've had the decking removed, and we're going to be putting in a pool here later on, and we've used that decking material to build the wooden platform that supports my carnivorous plants. So I'll get to that in a sec, but before we do, just wanted to show you some of the Venus flytraps that I've got here. Most of these are big mouth varieties, and I thought I was going to go this Sunday to the Damfest markets, but that's been postponed till the 20th of November. So these plants are going to have to wait before I get them sold. But no, they're looking pretty good. They're really enjoying this sunshine here. We've had a lot of rain here with this La Nina, so these sunny days are sort of few and far between, but when the sun does come out, you can see how these plants are smiling. Look at that Acai Rue over here, I think it's called, coming up with its vertical leaves. Really enjoying these beautiful flowers over here. Utricularia, I think it's called, these ones. But they have underground traps, and they come up with these beautiful odd-shaped flowers in spring. There's another one over here. They're different coloured. Have a look at them. Just how beautifully coloured that purple and yellow flowers are. Really nice. Of course, over here I've got my Drosera with its majestic purple flowers. I've recently released these Drosera or Cape Sundews on my online shop. They're very, very popular now, and if you're looking for a beginner sundew, why not give this Drosera a try? They really are gorgeous, and they do their fair share of catching insects like mosquitoes as well. Okay, have a look over here now. I've got these North American pitcher plants, Sarracenia, and look how gorgeous these ones are. Look how large these pitchers are. The mouth of this pitcher over here is probably about, say about 4 centimeters across. Of course, Sarracenia flower always bring out their biggest and best pitchers in spring, early spring. And that's exactly what you're seeing right here with these pitchers over here. I want to one day sort of decorate this newly moved in place. We've only been here for around about, say, 2 months now, but I'm sort of trying to get some ideas about how the plants are going to look here with their various colours, and trying to figure out what position would be best for them. That's why I've got them out here. Have a look at this one over here. This is becoming one of my favourites. I've got quite a few favourites. This is a Sarracenia flava ornata variety. It's not as tall as the Sarracenia rubricapora, but look how beautiful this colour is of the picture. It's like a fluorescent yellow, and it's coming up with these gorgeous shoots down the bottom there. But early spring is always a beautiful time to see Sarracenia flava coming out with their biggest and best pictures. Alright, so let's just move over here now. We've got over here on the side, these are all plants that are ready for the market. As I said, I thought I was going to go this Sunday, but it's been postponed due to the heavy rain we've been getting. It's just been so much rain. Here are more Sarracenia flava. These are Capria varieties. They've got their beautiful copper coloured lids. Very, very large copper coloured lids, I might add. You can see the ants there around the lids, lapping up the nectar. There's a newly produced leaf just about to open. Got my newly potted small Venus flytraps over here. Most of these are big mouths. Here are Drosera T-form varieties. This is a native sundew, and they come up with these gorgeous Y-shaped leaves, which of course are sticky. That's how they attract and catch insects, and it's coming up here with a flower stalk. So these are going to be available at the markets as well. I've got some Drosera spatulata here. Don't know whether I have enough of those yet, but I just love how red they look. Another T-form over here, again coming up with a flower stalk. There's actually one over here that's opened up. So before we do, let's just come over here. More Drosera spatulata. These are Cape Sundews. That's the newly added one that I've added to my online shop. Just see how gorgeous they look. And these are the flowers of the Drosera banata T-form. Have a look at that. That stalk, flower stalk, is probably about 40 centimeters high. But yeah, it's self-pollinating, so it doesn't really need insects to pollinate these flowers. So wherever those seeds fall, you're going to get new plants. Over here I've got rubricapora, contrasting with those copper coloured lids of the Capria. And of course over here, oh, we've got a fly that's just landed over here. Maybe he can show us or display to us how these traps work. Good to see him out. As soon as this warm weather comes out, the insect activity starts to increase a bit. It's always great to see. You can see him here, how he's really lapping up that nectar. And over here I've got the Sarracenia ruglii variety, often referred to as the cutthroat picture because of that dash of red around the base of the hood. They're gorgeous colour. Look how it's like a fluoro yellow. And they're looking really nice. And over here I've got the hybrid Sarracenia leucophila, just over here. Alright, so let's have a look now at the wooden platform that I've got here in my backyard. So this is the one that's been newly created, and as I said earlier, the decking material that was here has been reused. So let's go and have a closer look at it. Before we do go over there, here's my miniature garden that I've had growing for the last couple of years, and Look at all the activity. Look at all the Drosera bainata over there coming up with their Y-shaped leaves, and I've got a Drosera capensis here which I planted in the last growing season. Really coming up beautifully. And of course look at all the sphagnum moss, which is all this moss over here. Because we've been getting a lot of rain, hasn't been too warm, it really has brought up the growth of this sphagnum moss. Let's just go over here on the other side. Look how lush it is over here. And of course the Drosera Burmani, the tropical sundews, they're looking nice there amongst the moss. I did actually put in a big mouth Venus flytrap here. Would have been last spring, not this spring, the last one before that. And all I did, I just put the plant here on top, the roots just put there in top, and it seems to have grown all the way down. And this sphagnum moss does retain a lot of moisture, so you can actually do that with seedlings. You just put a small plant in there, and the moisture around the leaves of these sphagnum moss will sustain growth of the seedlings. I'm going to have to do a little bit of pruning here as well, I think. It looks a bit crowded over there, that Venus flytrap. And of course I'll keep it watered by watering in this tray over here, and you can see how this sphagnum moss is continuing to grow, even though it's growing over the tray there. Look at all these ones here at the back, looking very nice, those Drosera burmani. Okay, now, so here's my wooden platform over here. So this wooden platform, say it's around about 1.4 meters high. So it comes up to my chest over here, well, not a little bit below my chest. And as you can see, all these plants have really come up beautifully from their winter dormancy. Those Sarracenia right down the back are really putting on a spectacular show, their various colours and their height. So let's just come over here. As you can see, there's plenty of space here still, which is good, so I can add my new varieties there. Here are a couple of my pumice stone planters, and what I'm really seeing and what I really love to see is these different species of carnivorous plants starting to sprout. It's a Drosera bainata tea form, and all that it's done is that the seed has landed there into the moss and the seedling has started to sprout. So it's just amazing watching like a little mini ecosystem starting to form. Got me sphagnum moss in there, and of course I've got my Venus flytraps in there. So as the weather warms up, there's a few more insects about, that flytrap will start to get bigger, and I can't wait to see it grow. Over here I've got another pumice stone planter. I've got these Drosera spatulata over here. Not sure what these ones are. These just come up by themselves, but they look nice. I love the red coloration of the leaves. Of course I've got this grass growing over here as well. Don't mind seeing that. Look at all the roots down here down the bottom. They've just gone through the pumice stone planter and they're just basically in the water, but it's still sustaining growth. We've got support there in the pumice stone, and there's a bit of peat moss in there, which is what I added, and that's enough for these plants to grow nicely in that pumice stone planter. Have a look at all these Drosera burmani. I've got these prepared for those who order online. Just simply take them out of this container and ship them out. But they're looking absolutely gorgeous. Plenty of dew on there, plenty of red coloration, and I've even got some flytraps there in the middle, big mouths. And there's a Drosera spatulata over there. It's different shaped leaves, spatula shaped leaves. And over here, of course, my Cephalotus. Look Look how they're coming up here. Probably going to have to repot this one soon. This one over here, not so many leaves, but look how dark those pictures are. It's almost a black colour. Very unique indeed. And here's another variety. So over here, I've spread out these Drosera capensis or Cape Sundews. I want to spread them out as much as I can because inside this, on top of this wooden platform, there's basically a pond liner, and I've just got water in there, and that's how the plants get watered through capillary action. And I do notice that there are mosquito larvae in here, and what I found with these Drosera capensis or Cape Sundews is that their amazing ability to capture the hatching pupae as they come out of the water into adults. They come up from the water and they end up landing on these leaves, and I love the fact that these leaves are spread out over the pots, and they do a really fine job of capturing those hatching mosquitoes. Another one over here. Alright, over here you'll notice there are these leaning pitches, and that's purely because we've had so much rain lately. Sometimes the pitches do get a bit full, and they end up leaning over as a result, just purely because of the weight of the water. Let's have a look over here. More Sarracenia, Cape Sundews over here, growing at the base of the pot here, of this larger Sarracenia. Have a look at these ones over here. I'm not sure what this is, but it seems to be some sort of hybrid. Got that from my mum, but love those white coloured pictures. Okay, it's looking back over there. So have a look over here. I've got some Drosera spatulata again. Love that red coloured leaves. They're coming up with their gorgeous flowers, and the red coloration of those leaves is contrasting nicely with this Utricularia flowers, those yellow flowers. Over here I've got my pygmy sundews, Drosera pygmiae, looking quite nice as well. And over here I've got various varieties of Venus flytraps, or various cultivars I should say. So I'm just going to go over there. A lot of these are coming up with their flower stalks simply because it's spring now. I tend to cut most of them off because it does sap a bit of energy out of the plants. Have a look at all those Cape Sundews there in the middle. I'm going to have to spread them out a bit. As I said, they do a fine job of capturing those hatching mosquitoes. So we're doing that shortly. And over here, of course, I've got more North American pitcher plants. Have a look at these Maxima lids, oversized copper coloured lids. Love them, absolutely love them. Let's just go and have a look over there. There's a leaning pitcher over there as well. It's purely because of the water and the pitches from all the rain that we've been getting. It's been quite torrential actually. But in the description there, I've got a video there on how to make a simple supporting wooden structure for your plants so they don't topple over. So go and have a look at that link if you want to do that. And of course over here, I've got a red coloured flower from Sarracenia leucophila red vein form. It's looking nice. But overall, it's amazing how these plants have actually transformed this whole backyard. have seen a lot of wasps around here, hovering around the pitches, and I actually saw one caught in one of the Venus fly traps. I'm just going to see if I can have a look at it, but just goes to show how well they do at capturing insects of all types. Anyway, not here. But anyway, here are some Venus fly traps, more fly traps here. Just waiting for them to get bigger so I can start selling them online. That's a red piranha variety, coming up with all its small shoots. Big mouths. These are the, I'm not sure what that is actually, that's why it hasn't got a tag in there, but as it gets bigger I'll have to identify it from the traps. G16 times G14. Looking nice. So yeah, overall, I'm very, very, very happy with the look of the platform, and of course, especially the plants. Just come over here a bit. Have a look at the carpet of all these Sundews over here, the Drosera Burmani. And from there, you got these Drosera Banata T form, Y-shaped leaves. But yeah, and what I love about this little setup, there's plenty of humidity being provided by the water here. So the plants really, really appreciate that. And that's just looking back.